I see it all the time. Grandparents want to plan a trip for all of their grandchildren, but your child's a little bit younger than you wanted to bring them to Walt Disney World. Or you want to go while a older sibling is still young enough to believe in the magic, but you're not sure what you're going to do with your infant. Or, maybe you planned your trip years in advance and you weren't expecting to have an infant at the time of your trip. I see so many people say, don't go, wait till you remember. But there's so much magic in bringing an infant or toddler to Walt Disney World. In this video, I'm going to share some tips, tricks, and my experience traveling with a 1-year-old. If you've ever been on a Walt Disney World planning forum, so many people ask for tips for bringing an infant, and the sharks descend. And they're like, don't do it, don't do it. But there's just something so special about Walt Disney World with babies. If this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip, should you bring an infant? Maybe not. Maybe you want to wait until they're a little bit older. But if you're going to go year over year over year, or you're going to go every few years and you want to make sure that you're going while that older sibling is still young enough to believe in the magic, then there's no reason you can't enjoy Walt Disney World with an infant. I'm a travel advisor specializing in Disney destinations, and it's my job to stay up to date on new experiences. So I went when I was 6 months pregnant in July. I did do a video on that experience, so check out the 5 tips for being pregnant in Walt Disney World. But then I went again for my daughter's first birthday, and it was the longest period I had ever gone without going to Walt Disney World. But I'm so glad that I did, because there were so many magical moments with her in my happy place. She took some of her first steps down Main Street. She was hugging Cinderella when she saw Mickey for the first time, and she got so excited because she recognized him. She was only 1, and it was still magical. A really important thing to note is children under 3 are free. So if you are traveling with an older sibling, or you want to experience the magic of Disney with a toddler, going before they're 3 is a great time to go. I like to recommend, if you're only going to go a few times, 3, 5, and then 11 or 12, to get like the different magic stages. But of course, if you can go more than that, then why not? One of the things I hear is, are they going to be able to ride anything? There's actually less attractions that they can't ride than attractions that they can. So let's break it down park by park. Magic Kingdom has the most here for littles to do, and I definitely recommend spending at least 2 days in this park, if not more. One of my best tips for traveling with young kids is I see a lot of people tend to want to do less park days and kind of split it up. I think that it's better to do more park days but less time in the park per day. So you're going to the park in the morning, and then you're spending the afternoon at the resort, and you're heading back somewhere for dinner. I think that's the perfect kind of routine. You want to stick to your child's routine as much as possible. And one of the ways that we did that, because my daughter was taking 2 naps at that point, is she would do her early morning nap, it was like 10 to 11 or whatever it was, in the stroller. She didn't do it every day. We tried to kind of put the stroller in a quiet place and let her take a little nap while we were enjoying a Dole Whip or riding some of the bigger attractions with Rider Swap. We would have her sleep in the stroller for that first nap. And then her second nap, we were back in the resort to make sure she wasn't overstimulated and she was getting that time that she needed. So sorry, went off on a tangent there. But Magic Kingdom, you want to spend the most time here, 2 or 3 days. Of the 30 attractions in the Magic Kingdom, only 6 of them have height restrictions. Some of my daughter's favorites were It's a Small World, Dumbo, and the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. She just wanted to ride the carpets over and over and over again. Some of the rides that she didn't really love were Pirates of the Caribbean. It was very dark in there. Haunted Mansion. She actually didn't mind it for her first birthday, but when we went again for her second, she was a little scared at Haunted Mansion. We do not like Winnie the Pooh. We find that pretty scary and bouncy, and we're not a big fan of Winnie the Pooh at all. And she loves Peter Pan. Now she's 3. She loved it when she was 2. She did not love it on her first trip. It was her first ride, and I didn't know if she didn't know what to expect. We didn't ride it again that trip, but Those are things that are very dark. So if you have a kid who doesn't really like the dark, you might want to avoid those. Don't discount the entertainment. There's over 20 attractions that they can ride in the Magic Kingdom, but some of the most magical moments are just enjoying the entertainment. The cavalcades coming down Main Street, the afternoon parade. Oh, I have a video of my daughter clapping along to the parade, and it just makes my heart so happy to see that one. Character meet and greets, seeing Cinderella, seeing Mickey. Hugs are back. They were gone for a while with COVID, but they are back, so your little one can hug their favorite characters. And the Dapper Dans are really fun as well. Also, there's just enjoying a good old Mickey bar on the hub grass in front of the castle. It's so simple, but it's just so special. One of the things I mentioned earlier was rider swap. So you might want to use that if you have a little one. Basically, for rides with height restrictions, it allows you to not have to wait in line twice if everyone in your party wants to ride it. So make sure you hit subscribe because I do have a video on rider swap coming soon. So hit that bell. Let's hop over to Epcot. This is my favorite park for babies. This is it. This is my favorite park for babies. Everyone's going to tell you that kids don't like, Epcot's not for little kids, Epcot's for adults. It is the best park for babies. If you don't believe me, check out this video, 5 reasons to not skip Epcot. Only 4 of the 15 experiences in Epcot require a certain height. So what can your baby ride in Epcot? Frozen Ever After, Grand Fiesta Tour, Journey into Imagination with Figment, Turtle Talk, and The Seas with Nemo and Friends are all favorites of infants and toddlers. But what's the best about Epcot is it's all about exploring. So yeah, ride The Seas with Nemo and Friends, but then spend an hour in the aquarium. And then go ride Journey into Imagination and spend some time letting them interact with the exhibits in the pavilion. Don't just jump from attraction to attraction. Epcot is meant to be experienced and enjoyed. One of our favorite things to do is listen to the live band in the UK pavilion and let my child run around the little garden. There's just so many places, little nooks and crannies that you can explore and let them get out and toddle around a little bit. It's not as crowded as the other parks, so you can let them kind of lead what you're doing, and I just love, love, love that. Especially if you have a princess fan. There's so many princess meets in Epcot. That's where you can definitely see the most princesses, so please, please, please don't skip it. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure was not open when she was a year old. It is a little jerky. We went when she was 2 and she didn't like it. She was afraid of the Angry Chef. She still tells me to this day she doesn't want to do the Ratatouille ride because of the Angry Chef. She doesn't want to watch Ratatouille because of the Angry Chef, which we hadn't watched Ratatouille until we rode the ride, so she's just not a fan of the chef. So be careful of that one. Hollywood Studios is probably the worst park with littles. There's only 6 experiences that everyone can ride and 7 with height requirements. The shows can be entertaining. There's a Little Mermaid show. There's a Lightning McQueen experience, a Beauty and the Beast show. Mickey's Runaway Railway has no height requirements, but that's a little jerky as well. Annabelle's not a fan of that one. What we did really enjoy the most was, for the first time in forever, the Frozen Spectacular, Disney Junior Dance Party, and Hollywood and Vine is a experience with Disney Junior characters. It's not really worth a full day or an extra if you're going for 5 days and you want to just add a morning at Hollywood Studios, maybe that makes sense. But for little ones, it's definitely the park that's worth skipping. If you're just traveling with little ones. If you're traveling with big ones as well, then you have Toy Story Land and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror, and they might not want to skip those things. This is where you'd really have to use rider swap in order to experience things. I love Animal Kingdom though, so let's jump over to Animal Kingdom. They have 4 attractions with height restrictions and 11 without. But what's great about Animal Kingdom is very similar to Epcot. There's so much fun to explore and see the animals. My daughter would go on Kilimanjaro Safari over and over and over again. Same thing with Triceratops Spin. Even if we go to Animal Kingdom and just do those 2 things, she's happy. Festival of the Lion King is great for babies as well. So much fun, and the music, the Finding Nemo the musical, when that's back, is a great option as well. There's also a great little napping spot behind Tamu Tamu. You can get your Dole Whip with rum or some sort of other frozen beverage. They have some great coffee beverages, and you just kind of go around the corner. When you get your tray, you go around the corner. Before you get to the bathrooms, you take a right. There's a little hidden courtyard, and there's fans, and it's just a really, really quiet little area to take a rest. Speaking of napping spots, every single park has a baby center. So if you run out of diapers, if you run out of food, if you just want a place to nurse, those baby centers are there for you. They're air conditioned. They have private rooms, so you can change diapers, those kind of things. Like I said, we did the morning nap in the stroller, afternoon nap back at the room. So if you're spending the most time at the Magic Kingdom, the Contemporary definitely makes the most sense to be able to walk back and forth from the Magic Kingdom, and then you can hop on the monorail to get over to Epcot. Animal Kingdom has bus transportation no matter where you stay, so I really like being on the monorail when you're traveling with young kids if it's in the budget. If not, definitely look at Wilderness Lodge or one of the resorts on the Skyliner. Strollers, lots of stroller options. Did a whole video on your 5 stroller options. For infants, we really like bringing our own stroller because then we have it in the airport and I can keep her contained in the stroller, or I could keep her contained. Now she's 3. There's no containing her, right? You can keep her contained in the stroller. You have the stroller to push through the airport, especially at MCO. That is a long walk at MCO from the terminal. You get on a little, it's not a monorail, but it's like a monorail. You get on this little tram, you have to go to the main terminal. So just having her in a stroller is so much easier than her in the stroller, carry on in the basket. Then you have your own stroller. You know how to use it. You can fold it easily to get in and off of the buses. I don't like renting a stroller with really little ones because, you don't have it for the airport, and it takes you some time to learn a new stroller as well. So for babies, definitely bring your own. Once they're toddlers, then you can start thinking about renting a stroller for the week, and then when they're a little bit older, you can rent it for the day at the park. Those are kind of the levels of strollers, I think. But for more information and my favorite companies, definitely check out that video. For baby items, you don't have to pack all the diapers you need. Get grocery delivery. Guess what? Did a video on that as well. Check out that video on the items that you can pack. We just threw pouches and Goldfish and Cheerios. We got all of those ordered, and we would throw them in our snacks for the day. In-room babysitting is available, not through Disney. There's another company that offers in-room babysitting. So if you need a little break and you want to head to dinner, just you and your significant other, consider a babysitting option. There's also nannies. Once Upon a Nanny is a great service that will come to the park with you and help you keep your kids entertained and wrangle them and all of those things. So those offers are available as well. For more on flying with babies, because if you're going with a baby, I'm sure it's your first time flying, I did a blog post that has a free printable airplane diaper bag packing list, so you can read that blog post and get that packing list by clicking the link below. I hope this answered all of your questions about traveling with a baby. If you have any additional ones, I would love to help you plan your trip and take care of all those little details for you. Don't forget to hit the bell and take a break from the busy.